shot Seabiscuit. Why? Because fuck Seabiscuit. Godspeed out here. We're out here in the California wilderness, just doing a little shooting. We got the M&P Shield. Just got done doing the trigger kit and the XS big dots. It's got the Talon grips on it. Just coming out here doing a little function check, getting a feel for it, having a little fun. You see I got the helmet cam on, so should be some decent footage coming through, and thanks for watching. Alright guys, we're back from the what I would call a functions check. We put about a little over 200 rounds through the Shield with these modifications. Some of them I've had before, so I was familiar with them, but it's always good to get out and put a couple hundred rounds through it if you can. We had a good time. We picked probably the hottest day of the year to do it though. So anyway, what I want to do now is just kind of go over my thought process behind the modifications. I'm exceptionally happy with the difference that it's made. It's been money well spent in every case, but I just thought I'd take a few minutes and show that to you. So hopping right into it, the first and foremost, my favorite and number one modification I have made have been the XS big dots. As you can see there, dot in the eye, making the lollipop. It's a pretty good idea. So yeah, the XS big dot sights, I love them. I've had them before on several weapons. They do take a little bit of getting used to if you're used to the notch and post sights, the typical notch and post. But I think once you get used to them, especially on a carry weapon, not something that you're necessarily concerned about, you know, range accuracy out to, you know, 50, 100 yards. I don't think you can go wrong with the XS big dots. I've had the opportunity to work with their customer service before on a small issue that I had with a previous weapon that had XS big dots on it. They were a fantastic company. And you know, my thought process behind the XS big dots is just getting your round on target as quickly as possible. You know, just give me a big golf ball to put on something. You know, the likelihood is, you know, you're going to be, if you ever, God forbid, if you ever had to draw your weapon, if you ever had to engage to save your life or a family member, it's going to be within a short distance. You know, you're not going to be shooting long distances, more than likely. And I have no problem at all shooting out to, you know, 25, 35 plus yards with the XS big dots, but you do have to get used to it. But it does give me a quicker sight picture. You know, I just love having that big golf ball. So I will say that the tritium on them is not quite as bright as some of the other weapons I have. I have a Trigicon 3-dot on my Glock that is a little bit brighter, but it's absolutely adequate in low light conditions. You can see it very clearly. So love the XS big dots on this. This is my third pair of XS big dots I put on a weapon, and it really fits the Shield well. So I'm going to go ahead and pan over here. You might have seen it in the peripheral, and it is actually here for a reason, but that's a Makita Sawzall. It's a heavy duty Makita Sawzall. And the reason I went ahead and stuck that there is I don't own a trigger scale. I don't own one. So you know, just for demonstration's sake, for maybe my own purposes, when I got the Shield, you could hang this heavy-duty Makita Sawzall off of the trigger and it wouldn't break. And I just kind of got a chuckle out of that because this is an extremely heavy-duty Sawzall. But anyway, so you know, I thought, well, you know, it'll break in. I'll go shoot it, you know, 300-400, put, you know, 300 or 400 rounds through it, and you know, it'll break in. And nope, it didn't. Even after, I think I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 750 rounds through the Shield now, but the trigger just did not improve significantly to where I was happy with the trigger pull. So I went ahead and did the Apex Duty Carry trigger kit, and I gotta warn you, when you first order it, when you get it to your house, you're gonna go, you know, I believe it's like $83. But when you get the carry kit, it comes in like a little dime bag with springs and like a little, you know, a couple little pieces of metal in it, and you're gonna go, God, what did I just pay $83 for? And then you're gonna put it in the weapon, and you're gonna realize that it was absolutely worth the money. So that was installed by me here with Basic Hand Tools. Big thanks to Apex for putting out such great videos. You can get them on apextactical.com. For putting out such great videos that will help you, do it yourself. No reason to spend the money to have a gunsmith do it, in my opinion. And that really transformed the trigger pull. This weapon has been safety checked. But I'll go ahead and give you a demonstration here. But it really smoothed out the trigger. It is not too light. It is definitely in the 5 to 5.5 pound range, which is exactly where I wanted it. So no issue there with any sort of safety. It is definitely well within range as far as I'm concerned. So big thanks to them. The trigger pull is vastly improved. All the grittiness is gone. It did lighten it a little, which is exactly what I wanted. It wasn't a massive lightening of the trigger, which is just about perfect, and that's why they call it their duty carry kit, I'm assuming. And it does that extremely well. So very happy with them. And then I'll try to get a good shot here. I went ahead and went with the Talon grips. And I went ahead and put the extended mag in just so you could see it. But that does come with the kit. You get one piece of to do one extended magazine, and then these are the rubber Talon grips. When on, you're just going to basically alcohol it up and wrap those around, and it goes on very solid. Haven't had any issues with those peeling or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that at all. And these are the two holsters I've been using. The Fox is getting some wear on it. I'm very happy with the Fox. The only thing I would mention, if you're going to do a Fox holster, which I do recommend for the money, I think they're $39 on Amazon, is the retention, at least when I got mine, was a little on the loose side. And I carry when I fish. Mainly I carry when I fish because some of the areas where you're going to be towing your boat, the boat ramps and marinas and such, can be known as kind of high crime areas. They definitely see people with boats as targets of opportunity. So I do carry when I fish. And I was a little bit concerned that, God forbid, probably paranoia, but if I ever fell off the boat that it might come out. So one thing I did do was tighten up the retention here in the front of the trigger guard, and just took a hairdryer to that and tightened it up, and now it is extremely solid. But like I said, when I got it, it was a little on the loose side. So yeah, I went ahead and got that, and like I said, it's wearing very well. If I was going to do this particular hybrid again, I probably would upgrade to I think for $9 you can get the Kydex clips. And that seems worth the money. I have bent one of these clips a little bit when I was pulling it off a belt. It was my fault, but I would probably go with the Kydex clips. And then this is a little outside the waistband. This is a Desantis mini scabbard. It is pretty solid. And I bought this for basically, obviously outside the waistband use. If I'm going to be, walking through the woods or something like that. This has been a nice holster for that purpose. I haven't had any issues with the Fox as far as rubbing on the XS Big Dot sight. So yeah, no problems there. I saw that was a concern for a couple of people on a web forum, that it would rub on their holster, but so far I haven't experienced that with the Fox yet. And just wanted to pass along a little bit of information to you. I actually was in contact with the good people over at Storm Lake. I'm a big fan of Storm Lake. I've used them. I've used their barrels for a couple of Glocks that I own. And they're going to be doing if you're interested, this is a Shield 40. They're going to be doing a 9mm to a 40 to 9mm conversion barrel. You can get on the waiting list right now. You can just send them an email, and they'll be happy to put you on the waiting list for that. And it looks like 2015 is going to be when they're actually going to be introduced and shipped. So anyway, those are the modifications to the Shield. I'm very happy with all of them. If I only had to do one, I would do the sights. If I could do two, I would probably do the trigger, the Apex trigger kit, and you know. But the Talon grips, guys, are, you know, I think they're $18. Like, you know, it's almost nothing. So well worth the money on all those counts. And please put any comments, suggestions, anything like that down in the comments. And I appreciate you guys watching. So thanks.